Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Uh, I purchased this on my Amazon Prime uh, app on TV, and I was going to go and watch this movie when it first came out. I was all jacked up. Well, I remember we weren't working Saturday at my job, but we started working Saturday all of a sudden. So I was kind of heard that we might work Saturday. So I was really jacked up to go see it. So uh, I didn't go see it because I thought I was going to work that Saturday, but I didn't work that Saturday. I ended up working the 2 Saturdays after that. But like a big dummy, I started listening to the reviewers, and this is what I did with Abigail. Abigail, I didn't listen to anybody. I didn't want to hear anything because I was really excited about going and seeing Abigail. So I listened to the reviews about Frozen Empire, and I kept sitting there going and saying to myself, I said, well, man, I'm glad I didn't go see this movie. I'll just wait till it comes out on digital. And then when it came out on digital, it said you can pre-order on digital. So I pre-ordered it, and then it said it'll drop whenever it's released. So it dropped just this week. I think it was Tuesday it dropped. So I came home after work and I seen it was already on there. Started watching it, but I fell asleep. So here's what I have to say. Now, the Spangler family teams up with the original Ghostbusters to save the world from a second ice age. I'll be honest with you guys. I understand the loopholes that was in this series. So here's how I judged this movie. Uh, I judged it by my attention span. Okay, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. It's probably gonna suck. I'm disappointed it ain't like Afterlife, because I thought Afterlife was a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna let you guys know when I go in and watch a movie, I don't go in and watch a movie expecting high expectations. I just want to be entertained. I go to movies because I live in this world where it's so much crap going on. You got war over here, you got war over there, you got this over here in America, you got all this stuff they're shoving on TV and all that kind of stuff. So when I go in and see a movie, I don't go in there with an attitude. I go in there to be entertained. I go in there to get immersed in that film. And then when I go into the theater and they turn off the lights and I see all the coming attractions and then the movie starts and then I get into the movie. And then when I walk out the theater, when I open up those doors, the light from the outside world comes out to you and then you're back into the real world. All of us are facing something in this world that just bothers us. It's like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So that's how I judge movies. So uh, it's got McKenna Grace, Kamalaji, Neil, Johnny, whatever that dude's name, Patton Oswalt, Celestia O'Connor, Logan Kim, Emily Ann Lind, James Astor. So I was going by how I felt. And so I'm watching it and I'm like, okay. And I'm watching it and I'm saying, okay. I kept watching it. It's getting late because I work a lot and I work out. I told you guys that before. Keep this house clean. I'm always doing something. I fell asleep. So I came home again and I was going to watch it again. But I was going, how you can fast forward back, to wherever you fell asleep at. I didn't get to do that. So Thursday, I finished it. So what I did was I went back and I said to myself, okay, let's see what you don't like about this movie, okay? And this movie, okay, you guys, I understand this. Nobody can hold a candlestick to the first original Ghostbusters. No one's going to be able to do that. I get that part. I got that on 4K. I showed you that in one of my 4K, pickups. But so I'm watching. I'm trying to find out what I'm going to not like about this movie. So I heard stories about the Ghost Girl. I was like, oh, here we go again. So I'm watching it. She's playing chess. She told McKenna Grace's character that she's, caught on fire. That's how she died. And so I'm watching it and I'm saying to myself, okay, let's see where this is going because I'm going to see. But McKenna Grace's character was kind of depressed because they told her she can't ghost bust. A lot of people was upset about that because they thought she should have ghost busted. When I was listening to a lot of people talking in the reviews, they said she got sidelined. But I'm watching the movie. I'm seeing a lot of McKenna Grace in the movie. I'm just seeing her character just off to the side doing something. And they said Finn Wolf didn't have much of a part in there. So I'm watching his character. And I'm like, You know, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't find anything wrong with this movie. And I tried to see if that ghost girl was kind of like what everybody thought it was. I didn't pick that up. Now, if y'all pick that up or people out there pick that up, I get it. But she had some kind of deal with the, well, I didn't understand how she had to deal with this thing in this little ball so that she can get on the other side, because her biggest thing was she was trying to get on the other side to see her family, because her whole family perished in the fire, but she was separated, I guess. And at the end of the movie, McKenna Grace's character was trying to tell her you have to let go so you can, leave and meet everybody on the other side. That would be scary, though, if you could walk around being a ghost and you're like, if I go on the other side, I'm just wondering what the other side's like. Maybe I should just walk around and be a ghost or something. But anyway, that's a freaky situation. But anyway, so I'm watching this movie. So I'm watching that Kamali Nanjiani, whatever his name is. He's all right. I think he's okay. I think his character was all right, but I get people saying that he didn't really need to be in the movie. It's like they inserted him for some reason to give it more, whatever they're trying to do. So I'm trying to figure out. I really was never a big fan of his. I don't not dislike him. He has to, his role, he's the type of guy that has to fit a certain role in order to fit his personality, his persona or something like that. So I'm watching him like, okay, I guess you're okay, man. I guess you're all right, So then when I watched it, Patton Oswalt, everybody said that he shouldn't have been in the movie. So I was like, okay, let's see what's going on with him. So when I'm watching the movie, he was telling about these scrolls where you could play it on this thing that he said, and this was not said. If you say it, I ain't gonna lie, man. That opening scene though, man, when they opened up that opening scene when they went in that building, everybody's frozen, and that woman was sitting there and she was in that suit, and she had that ball, and then something happened where all the bodies just like popped because they were all frozen. I thought that was a pretty good scene. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm watching the movie and I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting into the movie. Not like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. No, it's just that I'm like, okay, I'm watching that. So Pat Oswalt's character didn't bother me. Bill Murray, he wasn't in it that much, but he was in it enough for me. I thought the movie was all right. I am gonna add it to my collection because I have Afterlife. There was this one guy that broke his hand. I thought he was okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was trying to find something wrong with this movie because I already heard the reviews, and then at the end when they said that people also said that the big guy at the end that was the one that was freezing up everything, and he's wanting to freeze the whole world, and they said that they waited to the end to show him. I don't know, man. That didn't bother me either. Now, is this movie great? No. Is this movie like bad? No. Again, I can rewatch this movie, and it's definitely going to my video collection. I just don't know what I'm quite wanting to tell you guys. I'm not disappointed that I bought this movie at all. I just I'm gonna finish up with this. What I wish they would have done. I wish they would have let me know and had like a maybe 10 minutes of them going to New York and telling us why they're going to New York and why they got the firehouse. That would have been good. It would have been nice if they could have said something like they could have showed podcast talking to his parents and his parents saying, okay, you can go up there for the summer, but you only can stay for like 2 or 3 months, and then when school's about, you need to be home. The other girl that Finn Wolfhard had the hots for, the girl that was at that skating drive-through food place. Her dad was a sheriff. Her dad was like, okay, don't be getting in trouble. They could have showed that in order to set up how they got there in New York. I mean, you're at New York and they're all there. I'm like, okay, these are young kids. They have to have parents, right? So now, did that take me out? No, I just wish they would have did like a 10-minute skit. 10-minute skit of why they packed up and went to the firehouse. Just and squeezed in, the sheriff looking at his daughter like, okay, all right, now don't be getting in trouble like you did last time, because her dad was the sheriff in that little town in Afterlife. Could have showed that. Podcast, it should just introduce two new characters, like it's just a small part. Him talking to his mom and dad, and his mom and dad says, you can go up there for the, spring, summer break, but you have to be home for school start. Back for school start, you can go to New York. And if they would have done that, just set something up. But they left that all out. So that's the only part that I was like, because when I was that age, I just couldn't hop, skip, and go to New York like that. Because I mean, where were they staying? Who was they staying with? Because podcast is still, he's a teenager, and so is that girl, and so I can see why people was bothered by this movie with that, but I don't know, man. This movie just did not bother me that much. It's an hour and 16 minutes long. I didn't really think it was that long too much to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not think this movie was all that bad. And that's why I think that I'm going to have to stop listening to reviews. Now, you're probably sitting there, you're reviewing the movie yourself. Not really. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you about the movie. Because I'm not a movie reviewer. I'm not a video game reviewer. All I do is get in front of this camera and I'll just tell you like, oh man, I played this video game. This video game is really fun. Oh my God, it did this and did that. Like some people that does reviews, they got such a, I mean, it's like they done did some schooling or they're just good at their craft. I'm not like that. I just get in front of this camera and I just turn on. I just start talking about stuff because that's the kind of crowd that I'm trying to find in this fish pool of people, in this deep, dark abyss of this platform called YouTube. So that's it. So yeah, Frozen Empire. Yep, I'm glad I bought it. I don't think it's a great movie, but I don't think it's a bad movie. And I love Afterlife. Really love Afterlife. But no, ain't nobody gonna touch that first one. I don't even think that second one was that good, to tell you the truth. It's just that we're so excited about seeing the second one back in the day, because you're talking about my time back in the 80s when that came out. And Ghostbusters, man, when Ghostbusters came out, it was a breakout hit. And then you had Ghostbusters 2, which to me, I thought they dropped the ball a little bit, but it was okay. The one with the chicks, I'll be honest with you, when that came out, I never give it a shot. My oldest son asked me about that, and I said, yeah. I said, Tyler, man, I'm not going to watch that movie. It's just my gut instinct. I don't feel anything when I watch the trailer. It just doesn't do anything for me. And sure enough, man, I heard the movie was really just terrible. So I don't really have a thirst to even go watch it. I don't even want to give it a try. Well, I'm going to leave you guys with this in closing. Sometimes I think you ought to just put things to bed. Put it to rest. That's it. Let it go. And I just think maybe they should just let this go. But I'll be honest with you. Frozen Empire didn't bother me that much. Ghostbusters Afterlife didn't bother me that much. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I work a lot. I hear about stuff every day that just bothers me to my core. I see things like, I seen the other day, they're taking boy out of Boy Scout. Calling it America's something. And so that way they can have girls be in with the Boy Scouts. They're trying to soften up our young men. And I don't like that. We were designed to be men. We were designed to, this ain't nothing about women either. It's just, you have Girl Scouts, you have Boy Scouts. But they took the boy out of Scout and put a new name. So this is the stuff that I have to come and I have to constantly look at every day. So when I come home and I see something that bothers me, it don't bother me like I'm angry or anything, but it's just like, my God, man, turn on, like, really? Seriously? Y'all do the same thing? All y'all come home sometimes, or y'all might go to work or whoever, you be like, really? I didn't know that. And you be like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, like, wow. what the world? You know, we're all that way. But then when I go to the theater and I go to watch a movie, I don't go in this movie going, this movie better be like this and it better be like that, and I better make sure I'm like this and I better look like, and then it better be like a wow. You can't do that because you don't know what you're going into. You know, that's why when I talk about movies, you know, more and more y'all watch my videos, you'll be like, this dude don't talk bad about movies. He kind of don't talk. He kind of, because I don't. When I watch a movie, it's usually a movie that like, I might watch a movie and go, I ain't gonna lie, this movie was terrible, but I mean, I'm not mad that I spent 2 hours in the theater. That's all I'm saying. I don't do that. It's just if I see a bad movie, it's just what it is. You know, this world we live in, man. You know, it's just sometimes I gotta get on my knees and pray to God, just give me strength, man. Because the stuff I see out here just blows me away. But anyway, God bless you, take care, and we'll catch you next video. We will see you.